Very good evening, students. Today we will discuss sequence and series. I know that you know that sequence and series is a very important chapter in your class 11 standard. So let's discuss this module. So guys, have you any basic idea about sequence? Have you any basic idea about sequence? What is sequence actually? Sequence means some numbers which follow some definite rule. Some numbers which follow some definite rule. So, some numbers which follow some definite rule are termed as sequence. Just give you some simple examples, right? So, some simple examples if I discuss, say 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Is it a sequence? Yes, it is a sequence because you see 3 minus 1, 5 minus 3, 7 minus 5, 9 minus 7 and so on. So you see that is they all have some common difference. So yes, they follow this certain rule. So I can say yes, this is a sequence. So I again repeat, some numbers which follow some definite rule are termed as sequence. So just give you a simple example. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Right? Go for next example. Go for next another example. Example number 2. Say 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5, 1 by 6. Is it a sequence? Yeah, this is a sequence because see, these numbers can be written as, so this is your first term, this is your second term, this is your third term, this is your fourth term, this is your fifth term and so on. This number can be written as an equals to 1 by n plus 1. Right? So check, when n is 1, that is first term, it becomes 1 by 2. When n is 2, that is your n2, that is your 1 by 2 plus 1, that is 1 by 3. Then when n is 3, 1 by 3 plus 1, that is 1 by 4. When for fourth term, n is 4, 1 by 4 plus 1 and so on. So yeah, these numbers follow some definite rule and the rule is, the relation is that 1 by n plus 1. So I can say yes, this is a sequence. Okay. So I can say these numbers are in sequence. Right. So give you another example. Give you another example. Say 0. Say 0. Then your 2. Then your 6. And then 12, 20 like that. Is it a sequence? Yes, of course. This is quite difficult. Try to understand. This is also a sequence. The number can be written in this pattern, n square minus n. Here these numbers, I say again, some definite rule. Follow some definite rule. So the definite rule for this number is your n square minus n. Check for n equals to 1. a1 is your 1 square minus 1, 0. a2 is the 2 square minus 2, that is 2. a3 is your 3 square minus 3, that is your 6. a4 is your 4 square minus 4, that is 12. a5 is your 5 square minus 5, and that is 20 and so on. So I believe you guys understand that these examples what I take 0, 2, 6, 12, 20, these are also in sequence. I am following the definite rule an equals to n square minus n. Okay. So just these are some examples. These are some examples of your which are in sequence. Say give you another example. Say fourth example. Say like that. Minus 1, 1, 5, 9, 13, 15, 16, 21. Is it a sequence? No. These numbers does not follow any definite rule. So these numbers are not in sequence. right? So I believe you guys understand. To make a sequence, the numbers should be follow some definite rule. Here in this example, the numbers doesn't follow any definite rule, so the numbers are not in sequence. Say I give you another simple example. Another simple example, say like that: 2, 4, 6, then your 16, then your 32, then your 36 and 64, like that. Is this numbers follow any definite rule? No definite rule. So these are not in sequence. Okay, so that's all the very basic concept of your sequence. I believe you guys understand this concept. Okay, now move further, proceed further. Say, what is series? What is series? What is series? Let's discuss. So I believe now you understand what is sequence. So you can write, if some numbers A1, A2, A3, AN are in sequence, then A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus AN is termed as series. Okay, so I can write, there are, you see that there are n number of terms which are in sequence. So I can write Sn equals to A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus dot plus AN. Okay, so that is the very basic concept of your series. I should add all the numbers which are in sequence. So move to the next concept, that is what is Fibonacci sequence. A typical kind of sequence is your Fibonacci sequence, and it is very important concept for your 10 class 2 syllabus. So what is your Fibonacci sequence? Very important concept. Some typical problems will come from this concept. Okay, so what is the Fibonacci sequence? Some numbers are such that AN is equals to AN minus 1 plus AN minus 2 provided n greater than 2. Why n greater than 2? Check. If n is 1, then it becomes your 0. It becomes minus 1. If n is 2, it becomes your A1, but it becomes A0, A0. So, see, for n is 1 or 2, I can't say the terms A minus 1, A0, like that. So, this rule satisfies the numbers provided your n greater than 2. Now, my question arises, sir, what is the value of A1 and A2? What is the value of A1 and A2? This is not the sequence. It completes by adding this A1 equals to A2 equals to 1. So that is the Fibonacci sequence. Some numbers are such that it follows the definite rule. AN is your AN minus 1 plus AN minus 2 for n greater than 2. But for n equals to 1 and 2, A1 equals to A2 equals to 1. Okay, so that is your Fibonacci sequence. So if I want, I can write first 6 numbers of the Fibonacci sequence. So you guys already see that what I written here, A1 and A2 is your 1. So of course A1 equals to 1, A2 equals to 1, and now what is A3? Sorry, excuse me. So what is A3? That is your A2 plus A1. That is your A2 plus A1, right? So A3 is your A2 plus A1. So what is your A2? We have already know that A2 is your 1. A2 is your 1 and A1 is also 1. So it is 2. What is your A4? What is your A4? A4 is your how much? You are using this formula A3 plus A2. A4 implies n is 4. So for n is 4, if I substitute here A4 minus 1 A3, and if I substitute here A4 minus 2 A2, fine. So A3 is already evaluated, that is 2, and then it is your 1. 2 plus 1 3, right? Because A2 is your 1. Now what is your A5? A5 is your again A4 plus A3 using the basic formula, basic rule. So what is your A4 value? That is 3. What is your A3? That is 5. So what is your A6? That is your nothing but A5 plus A4. That is your 5 plus 3 8. So I can say the first 6 numbers. So in general pattern I can write the Fibonacci sequence is like that: 1 1 2 3 5 8, and after that 13, then 21. Just check the consecutive two terms, and that addition should be the next term. So what is the logic? Say from 2, 1 plus 2 3, then 2 plus 3 5, then your 3 plus 5 8, then your 5 plus 8 13, then 8 plus 13 your 21. After that what happened? 13 plus 21, that is 34. After that 31 plus 24, that is your how much? That is your 55, and so on. So that is the Fibonacci sequence. Okay.
Got it.
So this is your Fibonacci sequence. So up to this what we discussed? We discussed basic concept of sequence. We discussed what is series, and we discussed your Fibonacci sequence. So now I will move in your 10 plus 2 standard. There are typical some kinds of sequence are illustrated in your syllabus. So I will discuss this one by one. Okay. Types of sequence. Types of sequence. So we all know there are basically 3 types of sequence. First one is your AP. Second one is GP, and the third one is your HP. What is your AP stands for? That is your arithmetic progression. What is GP? GP means your geometric progression. And what is your HP? HP means your harmonic progression. Okay. So now there are also some other kinds of sequences also there, but basically in my 10 plus 2 standard we basically deals with these 3 kinds of sequences. Okay. Now considering this AP and GP, there is another type of sequence that is called AGP. That we will discuss later on. Okay, that we will discuss later on. AGP stands for what? AGP stands for your arithmetic geometric progression. Okay, so that's all. AGP stands for your arithmetic geometric progression. So now my question is that, sir, what is this arithmetic progression? Sir, what is the arithmetic progression? Let's discuss. So what do you mean by arithmetic progression? Some numbers are such that the difference of consecutive terms are always constant. The difference of consecutive terms are always constant. Okay. What do you mean by geometric progression? The numbers are such that the ratio of consecutive terms are always constant. The ratio of consecutive terms are always constant. So now the rest, what is your harmonic progression? What is your harmonic progression? What do you mean by harmonic progression? Some numbers are in AP, then their reciprocals are in HP or harmonic progression. Very basic concept. If some numbers are in AP, then their reciprocals are in HP. That's all. I believe you already now from this concept you have already the basic idea about three different kinds of sequences. Okay, arithmetic progression means what? Difference of consecutive terms are always constant. Geometric progression, the ratio of consecutive terms are always constant. And what is harmonic progression? If some numbers are in arithmetic progression, then their reciprocals are in harmonic progression. That's all. But what is your AGP? Your AGP means arithmetic geometric progression. The numbers are such that it is product of two numbers in the sequence. The first part follows an AP and the second part follows a GP. So I will discuss these things in illustrative manner when I discuss this concept, that is AGP. So I believe these different kinds of sequence you have already understood. So in today's class I will focus on the first module, first types of sequence, that is your arithmetic progression. So what is your arithmetic progression?
Start.
What is your arithmetic progression? I again explain the basic definition. If the difference of two consecutive terms are always constant, right? Arithmetic progression means what? The difference of two consecutive terms are always constant. Just give you some simple examples. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Then you have 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17. Then you have 98, 91, 84, 77, 70, 63. Minus 1, 4, 9, 14. So just give you some simple examples. See, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. You see, the difference of consecutive terms are what? The difference of consecutive terms are 2, right? The difference of consecutive terms 2. Difference of consecutive terms 2. Difference of consecutive terms 2. 2. So what is that? We see the difference of consecutive terms are always constant, right? So it is an AP. I believe you understand this one. Go for the next example. Go for the next example. Okay. So what happened here? 2, 5. What is the difference? 3. 5, 8. That is 3. 8, 11. That is 3. 11, 14. That is 3. 14, 17. That is also 3. So that is also constant. So I can say yes, this is also an AP. So first two I have already cleared why these are APs, because the difference of consecutive terms are always constant. Right? Now go for the next example. Now go for the next example. Like that. Go for the next example. Say, here what happened? 98, 91, 84, 77, 70, 63. What we see here? The difference of consecutive terms is minus 7. Because difference means what I want to say here? Second minus first, third minus second, fourth minus third, like that. Then minus 7. Then again minus 7. Again minus 7, like that. Okay. So you see, the difference of consecutive terms are always constant. Of course, this is an AP. Last example, 1, 4, 5. Minus 1, 4, what is the difference? Sorry, what is the difference of minus 1 and 4? 5. 4 and 9, that is your 5. 9 and 14, that is your 5. Yeah, also I see differences are same, so it is an AP. So these are some simple examples of numbers which are in AP. So just give you another two examples. Another two examples like that. See, 1, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12 and 5, 0, minus 1, minus 3, minus 4, minus 7. See, difference of consecutive terms 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. These are not equal, right? Not an AP. And the last example, what is the difference between 5 and 0? That is your minus 5. 0 and minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1 and minus 3, minus 2. Minus 3 and minus 4, minus 1. Minus 4 and minus 7, minus 3. You see, differences are not constant. So, of course, it is not an AP. So, I believe you guys understand what is AP and what is not an AP. The basic rule theory is the basic concept is that difference of consecutive terms should be constant. So in the previous one I just discussed with you some 4 examples which are in AP, and now I discuss with you 2 examples which are not an AP. Write down the very basic 2 theories, basic 2 formulae of arithmetic progression. What are the formulae? Nth term formula. Nth term formula. Nth term formula is also termed as general term. General term. Okay. Just to discuss it, I say one thing. If you understand similarity, then mathematics is very easy for you guys. Okay. So just need to understand the similarity. So I just give you a simple arithmetic progression. 1, 4, 7, 10, 13 like that. What do you see? First one, 1. First number is your 1. Second number 2. Second number 4. Sorry. Third number 7. Fourth number 10. Fifth number 13 and so on. So what is the difference of consecutive terms? Of course you understand. I write down the short abbreviation. This is called as common difference. Better to write as common difference. Common difference is 3 in this sequence. Right? So how I can write? This 1 can be written as it is 1. 4 can be written as 1 plus 3. 7 can be written as 1 plus 6. 10 can be written as 1 plus 9. 13 can be written as 1 plus 12. Right? So I see common difference is 3 and 1 is the first term. So in this way I can write it as 1 plus 3 into 0, 1 plus 3 into 1, 1 plus 3 into 2, 1 plus 3 into 3, 1 plus 3 into 4. See one thing. For first term, for 1th term it is 0. For second term, 2 term it is 1. 3 it is 2. 4 it is 3. 5 it is 4. So try to understand the similarity. I can retain in this term of 1 plus 3 into 1 minus 1. In this term of 2, 1 plus 3 into 2 minus 1. In 3, 1 plus 3 into 3 minus 1. In 4, 1 plus 3 into 4 minus 1. In 5, 1 plus 3 into 5 minus 1. And so on. Very easy. So from this concept, I believe you guys understand, if first term I can be written as A, common difference is written as D, then your nth term is A plus n minus 1 into D. Very easy concept. Here, what I can write? Here I see for 5, for fifth term, 1 plus 3 into 5 minus 1. For fourth term, 1 plus 3 into 4 minus 1. So actually what? 1 means your first term, A, and 3 is your common difference, that is D. So A plus D into 5 is means your n minus 1. So that I written in the formula nth term a plus n minus 1 into d. An is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. That's all. Okay, so that is the derivation of nth term formula. That is your in general way nth term is considered as general term. Nth term of the AP a plus n minus 1 into d, where a is my first term, d is your common difference, right? And just these things. So if the AP consists of n number of terms, if the AP consists of n number of terms, n is nothing but your a plus n minus 1 into d, and that is nothing but your last term. Because total n number of terms are there, so last term should be your an or nth term. So n is equals to an equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so that is the formula for nth term of the AP, right? Just use these things. Yeah. Now, if I want to know an AP consists of n number of terms. An AP consists of n number of terms. Kth term from last. That means what? N minus k plus 1th term from first. So I can write in this fashion a k prime. What do you mean by a k prime? Means kth term from last. A n minus k plus 1 is equals to your what? A n minus k plus 1 is equals to your what? First I can write a plus n minus k plus 1, that is your n, that is your nothing but n minus 1 into d, right? So kth term from last is nothing but a plus n minus k plus 1 minus 1 into d. It can be written as a plus n minus k into d, right? So in other way I can written it in other way, that is your, see, kth term from last, if d is common difference from first to last, then of course minus d is common difference from last to first. Very easy concept. So kth term from last, if last term is L, then I can write in other way, then ak prime means kth term from last, L minus k minus 1 into d. Why minus? Because their common difference is minus d. That's all. Okay. Note down one important formula. Note down one important formula. Note, for an AP, the sum of equidistant term from first and last are always constant, and that is the sum of first and last term. So I can write in this way, a1 plus an is equals to a2 plus an minus 1 is equals to a3 plus an minus 2 dot dot equals to AK. AK means kth term from first plus an minus k plus 1, kth term from last. Okay, so the sum are always constant, and that is the sum of the first term and last term. Sum up to nth term, that is the last concept that I will discuss in today's class. What is the sum up to nth term of an AP? Say Sn equals to, I can write a plus d, that is the second term, then a plus 2d, then up to this I can proceed up to nth term, a plus n minus 1 into d. That I write here from first to last. Now I write from last to first. So what is the last? That is the a plus n minus 1d. What is the second last term? A plus n minus 2 into d. What is the third last term? A plus n minus 3 into d. What is the second term? Of course, from first to last, that is the a plus d, that should be written here, and last a. Right? So if I add, what I will get, if I add these two, we will get Sn plus Sn 2Sn. See one thing, from each and every pair, I will get sum is 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Similarly, if you see the second pair, I will get plus d minus 2d, so I will get 2a plus n minus 1 into d. From the third pair, I will get what? I will get from the third pair 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Similarly, up to nth pair, I can get 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So how many 2a plus n minus 1 into d is there? N times. So what we will get? N times of 2a plus n minus 1 into d is what? N into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So what is the result? Sn is your n by 2 2a plus n minus 1 into d. That's all. Okay. So I believe you guys understand sum up to nth term of the arithmetic progression. So this sum up to nth term, what we will get the formula? The formula is your Sn n by 2 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Right? I can written here in this fashion, n by 2 a plus n minus 1 into d. So what is your a plus n minus 1 into d? That is the last term, that can be abbreviated as L. So that I can be written as n by 2 into a plus. Another way, if the last term is known, I can write Sn equals to n by 2 into a plus L. Okay. So that is the concept of sum up to nth term of this arithmetic progression. You can remember this formula, or you can remember this one also.